In 1995, Steve Jackson invented a game called the Illuminati card game, based on the book Illuminati. On March 1st, 1990, the Secret Service raided Steve Jackson's office in Austin, Texas. The warrant affidavit was issued for hacking, and 4 computers were seized in the raid. The company almost went bankrupt. Steve Jackson sued the Secret Service and was awarded $50,000 in damages and $250,000 in attorney's fees. The Illuminati card game foretells events orchestrated by the Illuminati. The fact that the Secret Service tried to seize all of Steve Jackson's information and put him out of business only adds another layer of intrigue surrounding the game. Currently, the Summer Olympics are at hand, and there are 3 cards in the game which might apply to the forewarnings about an orchestrated Illuminati disaster at the 2012 Olympics in England. The first card simply says England, with the famous Big Ben Tower prominently in the background. The time on the clock is either 3:30 or 6:15. The man is dressed in a bowler hat, overcoat, with an umbrella in a gloved hand, indicating that the season is either fall or winter. The cup of tea is very large, drawing our attention to it. There are 3 triangles or pyramids decorating the cup. This is the Illuminati symbol for the New World Order. There is steam rising from the cup that points to the top of Big Ben, indicating that it is an Illuminati target. The next card is titled Seize the Time. The card is a clock within a clock pointing to a sundial. This clock is set up like the Mayan calendar. The day is indicated by the inner clock, which points to a 10 or 11th day of the month. The outer clock points to the 10th or 11th month, so that would be October or November. And the year is represented by the broken sundial. The broken sundial could indicate 2012, when the Mayan calendar cycle ends. This is the card that's got all the conspiracy theorists up in arms and on red alert. This card tells of a combined disaster in London. The Big Ben Tower falling confirms that the place is London. The time on the clock reads 11:10 or 1:55. The number 11 is predominant of the last 2 Illuminati cards. But the most telling clue connecting to the disaster in London and tying it to the Olympics is the color of the clothing of the people in the foreground. They're wearing the same colors as the Olympic rings. The people depicted in the Illuminati card are wearing black, green, yellow, blue, and red, just like the colors of the rings. The combined disaster cards have thrown up a big red flag for conspiracy theorists because Stephen Jackson's Illuminati game cards have proven to be prophetic. The terrorist Nuke and Pentagon cards foretold of 9/11 6 years before 9/11 happened. The following cards have already come true. The terrorist Nuke card is so similar to the 9/11 attack of the Twin Towers, it is eerie. The point of impact is so similar that it could not be a coincidence. This card says terrorist Nuke and many 9/11 truthers have documented eyewitnesses testifying of hearing and seeing other explosions. Could there have been a small nuclear bomb in the basement that caused the towers to fall? This is a photograph catching what looks to be a demon face in the smoke caused by the impact of the plane crashing into the tower on 9/11. This, too, is illustrated in the next card. In this card, Population Reduction, there is a demon face in the smoke over New York City. The card says, if you can destroy 5 huge places without recourse to World War III, you can claim victory. This card foretells of the Patriot Act. It is the Infobahn card. Many people mistakenly compared the Autobahn in Germany to the information highway of the Internet. This car is a play on the Taliban and Osama bin Laden. The figure is Middle Eastern, and the lines in the background are that of a television. The antennae are representative of radio waves and surveillance. Big Brother is watching you. Some say that it is the corporations who run America. This card is called Bigger Business, and it foretells of corporations increasing their power. This was foretold in 1995. It also gives a clue as to who the Illuminati are. The company's name is ICO, as in the Eye of Horus. Their logo is a pyramid with an all-seeing eye, just like on the dollar bill. This card is called Market Manipulation. The Illuminati is in control, as evidenced by the pyramid with the all-seeing eye. The color of the pyramid is red, perhaps symbolizing China outweighing the dollar. This card is the most unrefutable piece of evidence that the Illuminati exist. The stock market is shown in the background. All we would need to complete this picture is the word derivatives and the company Goldman Sachs. This card is called Wall Street. The card implies that Wall Street rules the government. It also implies that they are corrupt and participating in evil acts. However, only a few were ever arrested and none of the real wrongdoers. The next card is bank merger. After the financial crisis, we saw many bank mergers, but the picture denotes different countries' currency. Note that the U.S. is now a little fish. The lira from Italy or Vatican City is eating up the dollar. The Chinese yuan is eating the lira. But who is swallowing up all the fish? Steve Jackson left us no clue. The Federal Reserve is the next card, and it is no secret that the Federal Reserve is controlling the government. The Federal Reserve is privately owned. Many think owned and run by Goldman Sachs. This card, Backlash, is interesting for two reasons. First, it foretells of an African-American president. Secondly, it foretells how Obama was treated in office after the financial crisis. This is the Illuminati card titled Multinational Oil Companies. The big five oil companies are British Petroleum, BP, Chevron, ConocoPhillips, ExxonMobil, and Royal Dutch Shell. In 2006, the big five oil companies had combined profits of over $120 billion. Between 2001 through 2011, the big five made over $1 trillion in profits. In 2006, the big five oil companies had combined profits of over $120 billion. Between 2001 through 2011, the big five made over $1 trillion in profits. This card, the International Weather Organization, is not a stretch at all. We actually have the World Meteorological Organization that was established in 1950 by the UN. It's an intergovernmental organization with 189 member states and territories. What's prophetic are the chemtrails that the airplanes are leaving behind that we see in our skies every day. This weather satellite card informs us that real weather satellites don't just report the weather, they change it. The next card, Earthquake Projector, refers to HAARP, which is the High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program. According to Wikipedia, it's an ionospheric research program jointly funded by the U.S. Air Force, U.S. Navy, and the University of Alaska, and the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. It began in 1993, and construction on the facility in Alaska wasn't completed until 2007, at a cost of $250 million in tax dollars. Conspiracy theorists believe that the earthquake, subsequent tidal wave, and nuclear disaster at Fukushima, Japan, all have something to do with HAARP. Next card, fast food chains, implies that they're putting something more in our food than just extra fat and calories. Take a look at the quick video about McDonald's food and see if you ever want to eat it again. This card, Media Blitz, exposes the Illuminati's plan to put symbols everywhere around us, on TV, in product logos, in company logos. We're so used to seeing the pyramid with the all-seeing eye, even on our dollar bills. The Don't Touch That Dial card refers to the Illuminati use of television as a hypnotic device to control the masses. The man in the chair is unkempt and mesmerized by the TV, while devils attack his brain. These are the Illuminati cards that have come to pass. Whether or not there's a disaster in London in October or November of 2012 is yet to be seen, but the warning is clear. Go to www.conspiracycollege to find out more about the Illuminati and their plan for the New World Order.